In business statistics, in the last lesson, we have seen about the geometric mean. So in the central tendency, as we have seen, we have 5 averages, and each and every average will show the midpoint of the series which is given. So till now, we have covered the arithmetic mean and geometric mean. In this lesson, we will be looking into the harmonic mean, that is meaning of the harmonic mean, merits and demerits of harmonic mean, and the calculation of the harmonic mean for a given series. As we have seen in arithmetic mean and geometric mean, we will calculate the harmonic mean for individual series, for discrete series, and also for the continuous series. So, of course, in harmonic mean also, we do not have any direct method and shortcut method as such, as in the case of geometric mean. We have these methods only in the case of arithmetic mean. To quickly recap what we have seen till now in the last lesson, the geometric mean is the nth root of the product. Nth root means, in the last lesson, I think you have understood the concept of nth root of the product of n items or values. Product means the resultant of the multiplied numbers, that is the frequency and log value of X series, or in the case of individual observations, we simply take the X series and then find out the log values. So the log value, finding out the log value for X series is common, because log values will help us to find a difficult task of finding the products of the numbers very easily. In the case of individual observations, we will find the logarithm value of the X series, and then all the log values are added and divided by number of items. That is, how many number of items are there in X series, that we will take. But in the case of discrete and continuous series, we will also consider the frequency also. Frequencies of X series are also taken. When frequencies are given, we will first find out, in the first step, we will find out the logarithm value of X series. If it is a continuous series, we will take the midpoint and then find out the log value. And after finding log values of X series, in discrete and continuous series, we will multiply the log values of X series with given frequencies. And that will be taken in the last column of the table. That is fourth column in the case of discrete series and fifth column in the case of continuous series. So after finding the products of the frequency and log values of X series, we will add all the products and then we will divide the sum of the products of the log values into frequency with total number of frequencies, that is sigma f, that is nothing but n. So this is the procedure what we have seen in the geometric mean. A geometric mean is based on each value in series. So we are taking each value of the series in X or the continuous series. And then we are finding the log values, and in turn we are finding the value of the geometric mean. This is also suitable for algebraic manipulation. This is a merit in geometric mean, but it is very difficult to compute and interpret. Of course, it is difficult to understand first of all, because the definition of the geometric mean is to be understood very clearly first, and then the procedure of the geometric mean computation, that is calculation of the geometric mean, is to be understood. So here we have to understand how to use the logarithm tables, logarithm and anti-logarithm tables, to find out the log values of X series. As I said, if you have calculators, that too scientific calculator, it is very easy to find out the products and sum of the products of X series and frequency. But a conventional method is, old method is to find out the log values and then calculating the geometric mean. So first of all, a student should thoroughly understand the meaning of the geometric mean. That is, what is nth root, what is the product of n items. So after understanding the meaning thoroughly, we will understand the application of the formula or the concept of the geometric mean. And then the second most important point is to find out the log values. So if you can understand the meaning of the geometric mean, procedure of finding the log values and finding the product of frequency and X series log values, it is not a difficult task to understand the geometric mean. So you please try to follow the procedure what I have explained in the last lesson. So at this point of time, we will not find difficult to compute and interpret the geometric mean result. So we have seen the definitions of geometric mean, that is individual series is antilog sigma log x by n. Discrete series formula is antilog sigma f log x by n. Here f log x is the product of, or the result product of frequency and logarithm value of x series. In the same way, in continuous series also, antilog of sigma f log m by n, where here m stands for midpoint of the series which is given. So the formula is sigma f log m by n. So after applying this formula, we will get the result geometric mean. So this was the content which we have seen in the last lesson. Coming to the objectives of this lesson, a student will be able to understand the meaning of harmonic mean, the merits and demerits of harmonic mean, in this lesson. And in addition to that, a student will also learn how to calculate the harmonic mean. In harmonic mean also, we have to calculate the harmonic mean in individual series, in discrete and continuous series. So briefly, this is the content what we are going to understand when this lesson is completed. The whole concepts and calculation of harmonic mean is seen in this lesson. Right. Now we'll quickly move to the actual concept of this lesson. That is definition of harmonic mean. The reciprocal of the arithmetic mean. Reciprocal means any number which is taken in the denominator and the numerator is 1. For example, suppose if a number 5 is there. For the number 5, the reciprocal of 5 is 1 by 5. For 750, the reciprocal of 750 is 1 by 750. In the same way, arithmetic mean result is there for a series that reciprocal is taken. That means 1 by arithmetic mean, or in other words 1 by x bar. X bar means the formulas. Here we can take only direct method for calculating the arithmetic mean. So here reciprocal of arithmetic mean means 1 by x bar, and other part of the definition is reciprocal of the arithmetic mean of the reciprocals please understand this point. Of the reciprocals means arithmetic mean calculated for the reciprocals of the given series. That means if the series is having 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 values, 6 values are there, either in individual observations or discrete series, or in continuous series midpoints 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 we will take as an example. So this series is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. First we have to take the reciprocals of this series. That means in one column we will take 1 by 5, that is the reciprocal of 5. We will take the reciprocals of all the numbers 1 by 5, 1 by 10, 1 by 15, 1 by 20, 1 by 25 and 1 by 30. After taking the reciprocals of these values, if it is individual observations, we will add all the reciprocals of the values. If it is discrete series and continuous series, we will take the frequency and multiply the frequency with reciprocals. Here frequency is taken normally and we will not take reciprocal of the frequency. We will take only the frequency. So here the reciprocals of the individual observations, we can understand, of the observations. So let us see what is the formula. Formula is n by 1 by x1. x1 means first value of the series, x2 is second value of the series, x3 is third value of the series, xn is the maximum values of the series. N is number of items or total of the frequency. Now we will look into the merits and demerits of harmonic mean. As in the case of arithmetic mean and geometric mean, harmonic mean is also based on each and every item. Each and every item is taken for calculation of the harmonic mean. And harmonic mean is able to measure relative changes and useful in averaging certain types of ratios and rates. This point we have seen in geometric mean also. We can calculate the average of ratios and rates, but we cannot calculate the arithmetic mean for these ratios, percentages and other things. It is also suitable for algebraic manipulation. The harmonic mean is rigidly defined. As in the case of geometric mean, it is rigidly defined. That means we have to strictly follow the definition, meaning and procedure. And value is always definite. Harmonic value is calculated exactly. If the procedure is correct, the answer will be correct. It is calculated exactly. And not much affected by fluctuation of sampling. This point we have seen in the geometric mean also. Not fluctuated by fluctuation in this sampling. Sampling means the values which we are taking, if they are one value or two values are very big and the remaining values are very small, then the harmonic mean will not affect much. The result of the procedure will not affect much. And harmonic mean gives greater importance to small items. In the case of geometric mean also, we have seen the same thing. The smaller items will take important place in calculation of geometric mean and harmonic mean. But in arithmetic mean, if one or two smaller values are there or bigger values are there in a given series of 10 numbers, if two higher values are there, abnormally higher, for example 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and suddenly going to 400, 500, then this 400 and 500 will definitely affect the average of the given series. That is arithmetic mean of the given series. But in the case of geometric mean and harmonic mean, that is not the case. The higher values will not affect much. It will affect, but it will not affect much. Here, one limitation, that is demerit, is again the series should not contain any zero in the case of geometric mean. Negative value or zero should not have. It is difficult to understand and calculate. Again, in geometric mean also we have seen this demerit. But as I said, if you understand the meaning thoroughly, definition thoroughly, and procedure thoroughly, it is very easy. In this case also, it is very easy. Because when calculators were not there, small calculations are very difficult to perform, especially when decimal points are there. And large products or multiplications are also very difficult to perform. But as we have calculators and we are using calculators even in examination hall, it is not much difficult to calculate or understand this harmonic mean. And as we have seen, it gives more weightage to small items. That is a drawback and also merit also. That is merit only and it is not a drawback. Value cannot be computed when negative items are in series or when one or more items are zero. Again, zero should not be there. Because if we take zero, zero by anything is zero or infinity. So we cannot calculate the harmonic mean. And fictitious value does not exist in a series. Fictitious means assumed values will not be there. In the case of geometric arithmetic mean, we have assumed means and other values. But here we will not have any fictitious value. Either in geometric mean or harmonic mean, we will not have any fictitious values. Not a good representative of statistical series. Normally, this is not taken as a yardstick, that is measuring stick for statistical series because it calculates very minute point and it is not useful for analysis of economic data. Even though we have merits and demerits equally in geometric mean and harmonic mean, in most of the cases, arithmetic mean is taken for analysis of economic data, but not the geometric mean or harmonic mean. The other measures of statistical subject will be taken as uh, will be taken help of for analysis of economic data. Right. Now we will see the calculation of harmonic mean. First, we will take up individual series. We will try to understand the steps for calculating harmonic mean in individual series. First step is to find out the reciprocal. Here, as we know, we will have one column for series and second column we take as 1 by x, that is reciprocal of x. So as I explained you, reciprocal means 1 by that value. Suppose here some values are given 10, 8.5, 20, 0.8 like this. So 1 by that value, 1 by that value. So if for each value of x, we will take reciprocal in the second column. And next step is to add the reciprocals. First you add the reciprocals. In the second column, we add all the values. That means if the first value is 8, 1 by 8, second value is 10, 1 by 10, 1 by 8 plus 1 by 10 is taken. Then divide the number of items by total of reciprocals. That means if number of items in X series is 6, then reciprocals are taken of X and added. So we will get 1 by something. That is divided. That means 1 by, for example, we got 1 by 20. So 1 by 20 divided by 6, as we have taken 6 items in X series. So if you put in a proper form, 1 by 20 divided by 6, if that is taken in a proper form, the next step will be 1 by 20 into 6 by 1, because when we take the numerator and denominator, cross multiply will be done. That I will show you in the solution of one example. So when it is taken, as we have seen in the formula also, n by reciprocals. That means n by that reciprocal. That means 6 by 1 by 20. So first of all, we will calculate what is 1 by 20. For example, 0.05 is the result of 1 by 20. Then we will take 6 divided by 1 by 0.5. Then the result of this calculation is the value of harmonic mean. So this is the procedure for calculating the harmonic mean in individual observations. We will see one example for this. Now we will take some data and then we will calculate the harmonic mean. 125, 130, 75, 10, 45, 0.5, 0.4, 500, 155. So these are taken as it is in the X, that is first column. So total we have 10 numbers, 10 values in the series. In the second column, as per the procedure, in the second column we will take reciprocals of these values. That is 125 reciprocal is 1 by 125. Reciprocal of 130 is 1 by 130. Reciprocal of 75 is 1 by 75. 1 by 10, 1 by 45, 1 by 0.5, 1 by 0.4, 1 by 500, 1 by 150, 1 by 5. Then we have to add all these things, all the reciprocals. Second column we have to add total. Here, if you are doing it manually, LCM should be taken for all the items and then calculate the total. Now, if you use calculator, it is very easy. We will see the procedure. Here, as I said, we are taking X in first column, N is equal to 10, that is total number of items are 10. And here 1 by X. So 1 by 125 is 0.0080. 1 by 130 is 0.0077. We will do it with help of calculator. So you try out with the calculator, you will get approximately these values. We are taking only 4 decimal values. That means after these values, if you have anything, we will ignore them. We will leave them. Rounding off this number, we will leave them. So the total of these reciprocals is called sigma 1 by x. Here sigma 1 by x we will see. So sigma 1 by x is 4.8599. Up to 4 decimals you will take the values for harmonic mean, because small value will be there in harmonic mean, that we have to take. 1 by x, sigma 1 by x is equal to 4.8599. Now we will apply the formula. Here see, n by sigma 1 by x, that is 10 by 4.8599. So again, if you calculate this figure, 10 divided by 4.8599, by using calculator or manually, you will get 2.06 approximately. So the harmonic mean is 2.06. So this is the procedure of calculating the harmonic mean in individual observations. We will see another example. Calculate harmonic mean for the following data: 2574, 475, 75, 5, 0.8, 0.08, 0.005, 0.0009. Again, these values are taken in first column X, and in the second column we will take the values reciprocal. That means, as we have seen earlier, reciprocals of these numbers are 1 by 2574, 1 by 475, 1 by 75, 1 by 5, 1 by 0.8, 1 by 0.08, 1 by 0.005, 1 by 0.0009. So this is the second column. Now we will add all the reciprocals of the second column, and then we will apply the formula. We have calculated the X series and 1 by X. Sigma 1 by X is 1325.0769. And then the formula is applied, that is N by sigma 1 by X. Sigma 1 by X is the sum or the total of the reciprocals of the given series. That is taken in the denominator, and N is taken in the numerator. N is number of items. So here in this problem, we have 8 items. So 1325.0769 divides the number of items is 8. So 8 by 1325.0769. The harmonic mean is 0.006. See how small the number is, harmonic mean. If you have small numbers in the series, the harmonic mean will be very small. Suppose if you have large numbers, abnormally large numbers, the harmonic mean will be still very small. So this is the procedure for calculating harmonic mean in the individual observations. Now we will go to next method. Next method is continuous series. Calculation of harmonic mean in discrete series, sorry. We will see discrete series calculation of harmonic mean. Calculation of harmonic mean in discrete series. Here also we will try to understand what are the steps for calculating the harmonic mean. Here we will have additional column called frequency. That means we will have 4 columns in this problem. First column is the given series, that is X. Second column is frequencies. And third column is reciprocals of X series. And fourth column is product of frequency and reciprocals. Product of reciprocals and frequencies. Now we will understand the steps one by one. Multiply each reciprocal by its frequency, that is taken in the third column. F into 1 by x, that is f by x. Summate the products. Summate means finding the total. Summate is nothing but summing up. Summing up means adding all the values. And then divide the total frequencies n by the sum of the products. This step is very important. This step you clearly understand. You are dividing total number of items with sum of the products. Products means frequency into x values. 1 by x values are we have taken reciprocal. That we have to take. And then apply the formula n by sigma f into 1 by x, or simply the same is taken, n by sigma f by x. Again, we will take one example for calculation of harmonic mean in discrete series. The example consists of two columns, marks and number of students. Here marks is x, marks is taken as x, and number of students is frequency. Marks is 50, 40, 25, 20 and 10. Number of students is 10, 20, 50, 30, 20. This is frequency. That means n is equal to sigma f n is equal to 10 plus 20 plus 50 plus 30 plus 20. That means 10 plus 20 is 30, 30 plus 50 is 80, 80 plus 30 is 110, 110 plus 20 is 130. So n is 130. Then we'll prepare the table. First column 50, 40, 25, 20, 10 taken as this. Second column 10, 20, 50, 30, 20 taken as this. So add all the frequencies, that is as we have done, 130 is the total value. Now you take the third column, that is finding the reciprocals of x. That means marks series. For marks, we have to calculate the reciprocal. As I said, reciprocal means this number is, we will take reciprocal as 1 by 50. For this 1 by 40, for this 1 by 25, for this 1 by 20, and for this 1 by 10. So in the third column, we will take 1 by 50, 1 by 40, 1 by 25, 1 by 20, 1 by 10. Now in the fourth column, we will take the product of frequency and reciprocals. That means all the reciprocals in the third column are multiplied with given frequencies. That is 1 by 50 into 10. 1 by 50 into 10. 1 by 40 into 20. Third value, third product is 1 by 25 into 50. plus 1 by 20 into 30 and 1 by 10 into 20. So these are the values in the fourth column, that is f log x, f 1 by x. F 1 by x is nothing but f by x, f by x. So if you can simplify that, you can simplify. That means 1 by 50 into 10 is 1 by 5, that is 0.2. 1 by 40 into 20 is 1 by 2, that is 0.5. 1 by 25 into 50 is 2, and 1 by 20 into 30 is 3 by 2, and 1 by 10 into 20 is 2. So these values are taken and added. We will add all the values, f into 1 by x values. Then you apply the formula sigma fx f log x f by x n by sigma f by x. This is the formula. Now we will see the actual solution. Prepare a table, as I said, shown here. First column is x. Second column we will take reciprocals. Of course, frequency is taken first and reciprocals we can take here also. There is nothing wrong. So we will take like this. 0.020 into 10. 0.025 into 20, like this. Here 20, as I said, 0.2, 0.5, 2, 1.5, and 1.5 I said 3 by 2, 1.5, and again 2. So the total frequency, as we have calculated earlier from the problem, is n is equal to 130. Now we will add all the reciprocals into frequency. That will be 6.2. Now the application of this formula is 130 divided by 6.2. See, 130 divided by 6.2. Formula is n by sigma f into 1 by x, where n is equal to 130. Sigma fx is equal to 6.2. And then harmonic mean is equal to 130 by 6.2. So if you use calculator, then the result of this division is 20.97. 20.97. So we will understand as harmonic mean is equal to 20.97. So this is the procedure for calculating harmonic mean. We will see another example. Again, some series is given 10, 20, 25, 40, 50. And the frequency is 20, 30, 50, 15, 5. The same previous problem is reversed here. Now, as we have seen, we will take the reciprocals of the marks in the third column. First column is x, second column is f, that is number of students, and third column is 1 by x, that is 1 by 10, 1 by 20, 1 by 25, 1 by 40, 1 by 50. So in the fourth column, we'll take, in the third column, we'll take frequencies. This will add up 20, 30, 50, 50, 50, 100, 100 plus 20, 120. So 120 is the total of frequencies, and reciprocals are 1 by 10, 1 by 20, 1 by 25, 1 by 40, 1 by 50. In the fourth column, we will take the product of frequency and reciprocals of this marks. That means 1 by 10 into 20. Second value is 1 by 20 into 30. Third value is 1 by 25 into 50. Fourth value is 1 by 40 into 15. And fifth value is 1 by 50 into 5. Now we will see the table and solution. Here table is fourth column, third column is actually omitted here. But student is expected to do the third column also. Only fourth column will show the product of frequency and reciprocal of the series. Now the frequency is taken in second column, and then we'll calculate. Here the sum of the reciprocals of the products is 5.975. Now the formula is applied, and 120 divided by 5.975. 120 divided by 5.975. So here n by sigma f by x, or n is equal to 120, sigma f by x is 5.975. Then harmonic mean is equal to 120 by 5.975. 120 by 5.975. That is 20.08. So the harmonic mean is 20.08. Now we will see continuous series. Steps again. The major difference between discrete series and continuous series is the series is continuous, and we have to take another additional column, that is midpoints. So first you take midpoints and then calculate the reciprocal of the midpoints. Here we will have 5 columns. In the first column we will take series. Second column we will take midpoints. Third column we will take reciprocals of the midpoints. Fourth column we will take frequency, and fifth column we will calculate frequency into reciprocal of midpoint. Frequency into reciprocal of midpoint. Here third step you see, reciprocal of each mid value is multiplied by its frequency, right? That means f into 1 by x. We will see another step. Sum the products, that is sigma f into 1 by x. And next step is divide total frequencies. Total frequency is n, as I said, by the sum of the products. So harmonic mean is equal to 1 by sigma f into 1 by m. As I said, in continuous series, we'll have midpoint. Midpoint can be calculated, as you remember, upper limit plus lower limit by 2 or lower limit plus upper limit by 2. That will give you the midpoints of all the series. So the midpoints are calculated. Now the formula is n by sigma f into 1 by m, or simply n by sigma f by m. Now we will apply the formula and then find out what is the harmonic. We will take one example. The problem consists of class interval. 6 class intervals are there, and frequency. So we'll see the table first. In the first column, we will have class interval as it is 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 to 100. In the second column, we will take midpoint of this class interval. Now find out the midpoint, lower limit plus upper limit by 2. That means for first class interval, 40 plus 50 divided by 2, 45 is the midpoint. Like this, we will calculate midpoint for all the series. Then in the third column, we will take reciprocal of the midpoints. That means first class interval reciprocal is 1 by 45, second is 1 by 55, third is 1 by 65, fourth is 1 by 75, fifth value is 1 by 85, sixth value is 1 by 95. Now, the reciprocals in the third column are multiplied with frequency. So we will take the sum of the product, frequency into reciprocal. Frequency into reciprocal. Now if we do all these things, we will get sigma f by x. Sigma f by x. So we have n in the fourth column and sigma f by x in the fifth column. Now we will apply the formula and calculate the class interval. So as I said, here 5 columns are there. First column is class interval, second column is mid value, third column is reciprocals, fourth column is frequency, and fifth column is f into 1 by m. So frequency, total frequency is n is equal to 130, and products f into 1 by m is sigma f into 1 by m. That is 1.9153. That means 130 divided by 1.9153. So applying the formula, that we will get. See here, n by sigma f into 1 by m, or the values of n is 130 and sigma f by x is 1.9153. The result of this fraction is 67.87. 67.87. And here the harmonic mean is interpreted as 67.87. Now we will see Another example. Here class interval is 10, 20, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. And the frequency is 4, 6, 10, 7, 3. Now we'll go to the solution. Again, one column is omitted, of course. Here, the reciprocals column is omitted, but we need not omit that. It is very easy if we put reciprocals there for multiplication, right? Otherwise, we will be confused. The midpoints are 15, 25, 35, 45, 55. Next column will be reciprocals of midpoints, that is 1 by 15, 1 by 25, 1 by 35, 1 by 45, and 1 by 55. So after taking reciprocals only, you attempt to multiply the frequency with the reciprocals. That means 1 by 15 into 4, 1 by 25 into 6, 1 by 35 into 10, 1 by 45 into 7, and 1 by 55 into 3. So n is equal to 30 and sigma fm is equal to 1.004. And formula is applied here, n by sigma f by m. Formula is applied, n is 30, sigma f by m is 1.004. That means 30 divided by 1.004. The result value is 29.88. That is, harmonic mean is 29.88. So this is the procedure for calculating the harmonic mean for individual observations, for discrete series, and also for the continuous series. Now we'll quickly recollect what we have seen. We have seen the definition of harmonic mean, that is the reciprocal of the arithmetic mean of the reciprocal of the individual observations. And the formulas are taken like this. Individual series n by sigma 1 by x. Here you may wonder why I have not used arithmetic mean word in this formula when the definition is having arithmetic mean. In other words, we are calculating the arithmetic mean of the reciprocals only. Sigma 1 by x, n by sigma 1 by x. This is nothing but arithmetic mean of the reciprocal. So the result is automatically reciprocal of the harmonic geometric mean, arithmetic mean, sorry. So the reciprocal of the arithmetic mean of the reciprocal of the individual observations. That is the definition. Then we have seen some merits and also demerits. So in spite of the merits and demerits, we have to understand the procedure for calculation of this harmonic mean. So we have understood the procedure. So applying these formulas, we will get the harmonic mean. Next, we will see assignment. In the assignment, more number of questions are given. Something around 18 questions are given. First two being the theory questions. What is meant by harmonic mean? This you will get in the 1 mark question. And you will get 3 marks and 5 marks in merits and demerits. In 3 marks, normally you will be asked to write merits or demerits, any one. And in the 5 marks, you may be asked to write all the merits and demerits or some of the merits and demerits. Here you have to clearly understand one thing is the difference in the calculation of arithmetic mean, geometric mean, and harmonic mean. That we have to understand very clearly. And here we have for problems, as I said, we have sufficient problems. Some 16 problems are given. So you please attempt these problems and submit it to me. So 3 and 4 are individual observations. 5 and 6 are discrete series. Again, 7 and 8 are individual observations. 9 and 10 are individual observation problems. So here individual observation problems, so far we have 6 assignments. And 11th and 12th is discrete series. That means we have 6 individual observation problems, 5 discrete series problems, and then remaining here is continuous series, I hope. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, all are continuous series. So individual observation problems are 6, discrete series 5, and continuous series 7 problems are there in total. So you please try to attempt all these questions and practice the harmonic mean thoroughly. So thank you very much for listening. All the best.